We will begin with that breaking news out of the UK. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has been handed an update on the investigation into parties in and around Downing Street. Brief statement from the Cabinet Office in the last few moments saying, "We can confirm that Sue Gray has provided an update on her investigations to the Prime Minister." Sue Gray is the senior civil servant who had been tasked by Boris Johnson with looking into a series of claimed parties in and around Downing Street over the last 2 years, some of which may have broken COVID-19 lockdown regulations. The process was thrown up in the air somewhat last week when the police announced they would also be launching their own investigation and asked Sue Gray not to publish full details about the events that they are looking into, which may have seen some illegality involved. So how we expect all of this to play out now is that Boris Johnson has a reduced report of some sort from Sue Gray. We expect him to head to the House of Commons in London later today to give a statement and answer questions from MPs. The Prime Minister is expected to apologise again. We also expect that he will suggest that his Downing Street staff could be changed as a response to the report that he's received from Sue Gray, which we believe could be critical of the Prime Minister and his Downing Street operation. It is also expected that Boris Johnson will signal some further policy moves to his backbench MPs to try and win over their support. But Boris Johnson will still have that police investigation hanging over him and his government, which could take weeks, if not months. The opposition Labour Party have continued to call for Boris Johnson to resign. One of the key issues that they will be expected to press Boris Johnson on in the Commons later is whether Boris Johnson misled the House of Commons with previous statements about parties in and around Downing Street. That would normally be considered a resignation matter. But behind the scenes, Boris Johnson has been working furiously with MPs who support him to try and solidify his position and head off a leadership challenge. If, though, Sue Gray's update means that more Conservative MPs do send in letters to that so-called 1922 Conservative Committee, and if 54 of those letters go in, then a confidence vote would still be triggered. So that is still very much possible. But Boris Johnson will try and use today as an opportunity to attempt to move on and show that his government can focus on other things while also accepting some responsibility and apologising for what may or may not have taken place in and around Downing Street with regards to COVID-19 breaches over the last couple of years. So just to confirm that update, we have heard from the Cabinet Office here in London that Sue Gray, that civil servant who's been looking into parties, has provided an update on her investigations to the Prime Minister. We therefore expect to hear from the Prime Minister in the House of Commons as soon as in the coming hours.